What if the red light was never in the empty apartment at all? What if it was only waiting for me to notice, so it could move inside me? I thought closing the curtains would keep me safe. But reflections don't need windows, do they? I never believed in coincidences until the night my reflection started watching me back. What began as a simple evening alone became something I'm still trying to understand, or forget. I was halfway through watering my plants when it happened. A faint red flash across the courtyard. Just once, like a camera going off in the dark. The apartment building opposite mine had dozens of windows, but only one had caught my attention. And according to the rental website I checked, that unit had been vacant for months. Then, the light returned. Soft, deliberate, perfectly timed. What made my skin crawl was the rhythm. Each red pulse synced with my refrigerator's cooling cycle. Beep, flash, beep, flash. Like it was responding to something in my apartment. Like it was listening. I grabbed my phone to record proof. Through the zoom, I could see curtains hanging perfectly still, the room beyond hollow and lifeless. But when I played back the video, there was nothing. Just my own reflection staring into black glass. That's when I realized something was terribly wrong. I muted the video and replayed it in silence, hoping to catch some clue I'd missed. That's when I noticed it. Beneath the faint hum of the street outside, a second sound bled through my walls. A slow, deliberate tapping, like knuckles brushing wood, perfectly in time with the red pulse I'd seen. I froze, trying to trace it. Was it the pipes, a neighbor, or was it coming from my side of the wall? The sound stopped the moment I stepped closer, leaving only the low whir of my refrigerator, and the sense that something had stopped with me, waiting. The power failed without warning. One moment my apartment was humming with electricity, the next, complete darkness. Every window in the complex went black, every apartment swallowed by night. Except one. That single window across the courtyard now glowed steady crimson, like an emergency light that refused to die. Behind the sheer curtain, a faint shape stirred. My heart stopped. It was my own silhouette, perfectly mirrored, lifting a phone to meet my gaze. The same posture, the same movement, but delayed, like an echo that arrived too late, or too early. My phone buzzed violently in my hand. A message from an unknown number cut through the darkness. Look away. Two simple words that made my blood freeze. I hadn't told anyone what I was seeing. I hadn't called anyone. So, who was watching me watch? For days afterward, nothing happened. The apartment across the courtyard stayed dark. I almost convinced myself I'd imagined everything. Stress, lack of sleep, urban paranoia. Almost. I thought that this came to an end, finally. Until it didn't. The knock came at exactly 9:47 p.m. 3 slow taps that perfectly matched the rhythm of those vanished pulses. The superintendent stood in my doorway, round-faced, forgettable. The kind of person you'd never notice twice. "Sorry to bother," she said with a polite smile. "Couple of tenants reported a strange red light coming from your window. I insisted it wasn't my apartment." But her eyes kept drifting to my phone, aimed at the dark window, its screen faintly glowing even though I wasn't recording. She thanked me and left with a casual, "Let us know if you notice anything." Her voice was mild, but strangely final, like someone delivering news they already knew. As she walked away, her movements seemed too measured, too deliberate, like she was following a script I wasn't allowed to read. The opposite window was black again, perfectly ordinary. But my phone buzzed, a new voicemail with no number attached. I pressed it to my ear and heard only static, a low hum that matched the exact rhythm of those vanished flashes. Someone was still watching. Someone was still listening. I set the phone down and caught my reflection in the glass. For a second, the red pulse flickered inside my own eyes, faint but unmistakable, before the city swallowed it back into night. That's when it finally clicked. The signal was never coming from that apartment across the courtyard. It had only been waiting for me to see it, and once I did, it didn't need the window anymore. If you enjoyed this story, leave a comment to share your thoughts about it. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss what comes next.